Okay. Hello, teacher. My name is Viviana Pilataxi. I am going to talk about the lesson plan number 3. I'm going to explain the step by lesson plan distribute. Okay. Number 1, we have the informative theory. We have the topic. Topic is appeal of traditions. This is my topic. The grade, the second high school, the duration of the class, more or less 30 and 45 minutes. The proficiency level, intermediate. Lesson plan designer by Viviana Pilataxi. In the part number 2, are the objectives. The objectives, we have the 3 objectives. The listening, and the listening students listening a lecture, keeping tradition alive and the instruction to work. And writing, the writing students will have to rewrite the festival paragraph. Reading, students will have to read a short paragraph. In this case, we have a book, the Ecuador Land of Legends. This is my material of support. A paragraph of the history is the sad princess of Santa Ana. This is the paragraph. Okay. In the number 3, we have the methodology. In the methodology, I apply the total physical response. Is a book, method direct with the students, and the strategies, the whole class work, and the written work. In the number 4, we have the anticipatory set. And the anticipatory set, first, I present through a video about the customs, traditions, and religions, and that still that keep alive certain cultures of Ecuador. One of the most important, the festival of the sun. In this video, I am going to present about more or less in this activity 10 minutes. Okay. Now we are going to listen the video. Okay.
The women dressing these wide blouses that are very embroidered, very nice, and these velvet skirts and velvet skirts are together, and there are all kinds of bright colors, like green, or red, or yellow, with embroidery at the bottom. And the more that you're an upper class indigenous person, the more elaborate your embroidery is. And so when you're walking around downtown, because every town really has indigenous people, or they live in concert with the other cultures in Ecuador, because the Incas and the indigenous tribes weren't put on reservations, so they never lost their land. So they live either in the city or right out the city, and then they come in and they bring all their artisan work to sell in the markets in the bigger cities. Some of the things that I think are really cool that the indigenous people make, well, first of all, I got some samples. I love the black pottery. I don't know if you can see this. See, it's a little pig. Well, can't you tell? This black pottery, they make all kinds of pots and all kinds of dishes, and you can, it's so cool because you can put them in your oven and use them, or you can use them on your burner, on your stove, your flame, or you can just use them, like I use them, I buy these for all my friends, and I use them for dinner plates so they won't pick out. They also have a huge tradition of mask making. And this one's of the sun. You'll see a lot of them out of the sun because the Incas worship the sun. And so it's a good love charm for them to have. And they also have a lot of alpaca, because alpacas are big here. You can get in the big mercados, all these things, and alpaca scarves and sweaters and blankets, just all kinds of goods. The other thing that the Incas had was a lot of traditions that are still maintained these days. They have what you call, I'm going to say this wrong, Inti Palmer. Okay, it's the festival of the sun, and each year they do it right before the harvest, and they bring all these seeds from all the kinds of vegetables and fruits and all the kinds of things they want to grow and succeed during harvest. And they make these big circles, and then they do all kinds of dances and play flute music in honor of the goddess sun and to help with the harvest. And then you have things like shamans at these places, and I went to one of the shamans and thought was very cool. They do all this stuff. They, put smoke.
This activity, the students must listening about the interview, about the cultures, traditions, and the festival, the song. It's an event in which the past antecedents use.
Now, that's the Incas. The Spanish, when they came in, they bought capitalism, and so 80% of Ecuador has they're Catholics, and so there's huge influences, and so that's why you have all these really beautiful, huge cathedrals all throughout Ecuador, especially Quito and Guayaquil and the Cuenca, where I live. But every town will definitely have its church of some sort. The other thing that they did is in Cuenca is they built a whole lot of the Spanish colonial homes when they came. And it's sort of interesting when you walk through, because you'll have these mortar bricks that are perfectly stacked, and they didn't have to use mortar because the bricks just stand perfectly, and now hundreds and hundreds of years later, they're still standing. And so the Spanish actually came over and built their cathedrals and everything on top of that. So you'll see a real mix of the beginning history here in the culture of the Incas, and then you'll see when the Spanish came in, what they brought to the table too. So next I want to talk a little bit about architecture, because that's been a huge, beautiful thing that Ecuador is noted for, and a lot of tourists come to see. So let's talk a little bit about the architecture.
Okay, this video is very, very large. It's impossible listen complete, but it's necessary take a different ideas for the students. Okay, in this activity take me 10 minutes. Other thing very important is I propose a game called Stop My Hand to consist to think words with the alphabet, the one who finish first in the winner, the one who finish first says stop my hand. Stop my hand. That mean nobody writes anything with the objective that the students enter into confidence in the environment, comfortable. Okay. This is my material of support. This is my game. Stop my hand. Think the words For example, with the letter L, name, no, sorry, name, the letter, the thing, animal, treat, color, and totally. Okay, in this case, I choose the number letter C. For example, Carol, the name. Surnames, last name, Cruz. Think, we have the car, animals, crocodile, fruits, coconut, color, caramel. Caramel can be a color. Okay. This game is very necessary because motivate the students. The students enjoy, transmit aspect, positive aspect. The learning is better, is productive. Okay, this is in the anticipatory set. In the number 5, we have the main teaching input. In the where up activity, in this activity, I will ask the students about the interview of video. Okay, in the traditions, in the religions about the video, they have a set different ideas, opinions, personal opinions. The students will be the contextualists, the ideas regarding the traditions of the ancestors, the festival of the sun. They have the resume. This activity takes around 10 minutes. After that, the teacher performs the reading of review a story in which ask the students to read individually and allow voice. The book Ecuadorian Land of Legends. This book, the students need to read. Okay, for this activity, I applied the method of total physical response. In this activity, is necessary 10 minutes. The teacher carries out activity in which the students make a summary of the history of the book, called Ecuadorian of Legend by Nancy Crespo, Ecuadorian of Legends. What is a message? Read, learn, and enjoy. Facts about each readings. This book has activities, new words, vocabulary, has communicative and grammatical competence, achievements, create written projects. Why readings? In summary, readings is useful for developing intelligence, but the most important thing is that its development can be linked with games, challenges, and adventures. All of this will permit the students to be critical, create, imaginative. You can add several other arguments for reading, like number 1, reading increases your cultural knowledge. Number 2, through reading you can discover different people, culture, places. And number 3, reading increases your intellectual and scientific curiosity. This book is very interesting for the students' high school. The book has different legends. For example, Highland legends, Coast legends, Amazon legends, Galapagos legends. I recommend you to read it. Vocabulary and expressing about the animals, days of the week, seasons, clothes, food, feelings, verbs, adjectives, possessives, question words, ordinal numbers, time expression, adjectives, position and localizations, and prepositions. Okay? Even have web links for games and reinforcement. Okay? Then that experience and they give the summary, the teacher ask questions on the essay based in what was read. And for this activity, I will apply the method, structured approach. And different questions regarding the teacher help provide by the importance to clarify the doubts. Okay. In number 6, we have the guide practice. In the guide practice, the students make settings, these instruction students or street the sheet focus on the structural part of the story of the book. Read and making clear emphasis in the Festival of the Sun. In the central theme, the students will have to answer that questions. The students can questions about the Festival of the Suns, different activities. In the number 8, independent practice, the students are doing a writing assignment in which the grammatical structure will be the central point, emphasizing the past simple. The past simple, they will be to use the regular and irregular verbs. In the number 9, we have the assessment. In the assessment, in this part, the teacher can choose the activity. For example, quizzes, games, the student has to make a short summary based in the which tradition of our ancestors, several most important or the most relevant to them. I recommend the students a role play. Prepare the dramatization about the festival in song. But this activity is for homework. It's homework. Number 10, we have the closing. In the closing, a review and follow. the class finally with a brief review, an argument analyze regarding the tradition and the Fest on the Sun, in the which students are also asked to the practice. In those activities, we need the practice. We need the practice with videos, questionnaires, quizzes, games. Today, we have the different games, for example, Kahoot, Socrates, are games very necessary for the learning in the students. Okay. This topic is very important. On the reading. We focus on the new words the students can learn in every class. Okay. That's all. Thank you very much.